You know, they can at least get a video, like bleacher seats and stuff in here. Damn, really.
What?
We can make them stay longer. We give them all seats, air conditioning.
I got air conditioning.
Adult beverages.
Redneck air conditioning. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll get you some wine.
Alright, well. How's everybody doing today? Nice. What is wrong with you? Why are you here and not fishing? Actually, you're not supposed to be fishing the lake out here now, right? Well, implementing the guys, you know, you're maybe catching the fish that one of them is going to meet with tomorrow. But I did hear there's like, what, 4,000 people over at Toledo fishing Sealy's right now? That's got to be a mess. Alright, well, let's sum up my week. I sucked. Okay, we got that out of the way. God, I really thought I had a good game plan going to this. I don't like crowds. I mean, this is fine, this kind of crowd. But when I'm fishing, I'm the type of guy that tends to run as far away from people as I can get. I like having water to myself if possible. And I'm bad. I don't know the names of anything on the lake here. I just know that's the Sam Rayburn. And I went from here down to the dam and all the way left and way up that big arm over there. It was fine. I had the place to myself, but I don't think there's any bass over there either. And I will say this, I mean, I had in practice, it was sunny, slick, and I could get 40, 50 bites a day, mostly on top of them. And just throwing a little gunfish, 95, 30 pounds quite a lot. But with the sun up, you could see you could see a little clump of hydrilla, you could see a little clump of pepper grass, you can see the edges of holes in the grass. It was easy as I just throw it. Oh man. When it got cloudy and windy, you're just like casting. I have no idea what I'm casting. You could not see the grass in the water, you couldn't see the holes. And I was like, I really felt like I'm blind, man. So that kind of put me behind us. And I could just go out there and just fish the water. Jerkbait bite was thick. Here's what I thought I was going to come and do. I thought I was going to be coming there and throwing a swim bait. If I got him on a swim bait, I was going to just crush him. Well, about halfway to the first day of practice, I'm throwing a big bait and I'm not getting bit. I'm like, oh. I said, I need to adapt, Jay. And I started chasing up and I started getting bites. But, alright, so enough of my horrible week. Now, although my roommate, Brent Ayler, is second place by 2 ounces right now, he's complaining about how bad his practice is. And now he's saying, I'm like, alright, let's see how it is. But then we both talked about it. Most of the time when one of us wins a tournament, very seldom do we have the winning game plan going into the tournament. I mean, I can honestly say, I mean, the best game plan I ever put together was in 09 on Shreveport, Red River. I actually put a game plan together, won the Bassmaster Classic because of that. But most of the time, everything, usually when you win a tournament, that's annoying.
Oh, on
so
state.
When you win a tournament, things progress as the tournament
We have
goes on.
Mr. Skeet Reese right now doing a seminar underneath the Berkeley tent.
Green light.
Mr. Skeet Reese about line selection.
You go out there and you have a great day of practice. It's like, oh, I'm going to smoke. And you go back out the next day and you're like, well, what happened? Where'd they all go? That's free fish is like eagle. Because when you get on them and you think you're going to do good, you usually suck. And when you go into a tournament, you're just fishing open minded, thinking you're not going to catch them, then you're like, hey, oh, hey, there's one. But let's talk a little bit about fishing line. Gosh, I've been with Berkeley Pure Fishing for 20-some years, a couple years. How old are you? You're like 20. Man, you made me feel old. I know, but at least I look at Fritz and I'm like, oh man, I'm young. I remember reading about David Fritz when I was a teenager. Yeah, just, he was the king of the Red Man Tournament Trail. And I was just like, dude, David Fritz, crankbait master, 12 plus, all that stuff. He's learned a thing too about crankbait fishing since then. He's won a couple dollars though, it's pretty good. But my deal is we're going to talk about line. Line can be, most people pay no attention to fish line. The average weekend when you start getting into the science of fishing, I used to think science fishing was like so overrated, and that you just tie up something on and go. And then as I got older and I realized every little detail makes a difference on the amount of fish you catch, especially the amount of fish you land. My style of fishing is probably a lot different than most of you out here. So the biggest thing is trying to find a style of fishing that fits you, but finding the right lines to fit your style as well. Now, some of you are a lot older than I am out here, and you probably don't come out of your shoes when you set the hook. You're like, there he is. Yeah. I get bit. Oh, wow! I want to crack him. So, for me, I have to use more limber rods than some of you. But the problem is, if I go to a really fast taper, stiff rod, and I use a line with low stretch, I don't care what it is. I can take 65 pounds trilene braid, and if I want it, and I can snap it every time on the hook set. Not that it's a bad line, but there's no shock response. So if you're fishing braided line, and you do a slack line hook set, meaning like you throw your rig out there. I know y'all throw rigs around here. I don't think you guys throw either a wacky worm or a Carolina rig. That's what you do around here. I'm like, I'm seeing it. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so you throw your little worm out there, and it goes kadunk, and you drop that rod tip and go, whoop, snap! If you don't reel down and pick that slack up out of that line, when that slack comes out of it, whoosh, you can pop that. So, learning to pick the right line for your style of fishing. Now, if you got one of those grandpa hook sets, and you just like lean into it, braided lines and low stretch lines are perfect for you. Because the line doesn't have the stretch in it. You're going to get direct pressure on a hook point with a low stretch line. So there's differences too. All right, braided line, no stretch. Great sensitivity. The lower the stretch line, the more sensitivity there will be. Vanish. Vanish is not talked a lot about. Or talked about a lot. That's what I don't know. But for those of you that don't have a hard hook set, that you do just a pull hook set, Vanish is a great line, super sensitive. It's very low stretch. Trilene 100% fluorocarbon is what I use. A lot more stretch in it. So if you're one that wants to be able to set the hook harder, a lot more shock absorbency, still get the sensitivity and feel out of Trilene 100% fluorocarbon versus Vanish. I cannot use Vanish. I think Kating will come out. That's because of my style, it's not the line. So, those are two things. If you want fluorocarbon, you want sensitivity, and you're going to be soft hook sets, pull hook sets, lower stretch works great. So, that's a difference. I wish I remember the numbers. I want to say 18% stretch of Vanish. And it's about, and I might be randomly pulling numbers out of my rear right now. And I remember Trilene 100% fluorocarbon, and most monofilaments fluorocarbons are going to be in the 25 to 35% range. So those are little things you didn't know, but oh, because, and so I get nice and exhausted or something. I get a little wound up sometimes. You can't tell. There's too much going on and I can't spit it out. I wish I could be swindled. Like his brain processes and his mouth goes at the same time. I don't know how he does it. It's trouble. Of course I get in trouble with it. But here's I'm going to give you this tip here. How many of you fish spinning rod out here? Okay, let's forget about that topic. We're in Texas. We don't fish spinning rods. All right, let's see how it is. All right, just in case you ever need to fish a spinning rod, you want to throw a drop shot. I mean, even though it's late, you can absolutely crush them on a drop shot. Toledo bend, you can crush them on a drop